5 for no wicket, and a clear day but a cloudy one. The skyline clearly visible, and visibility good from the top of the building where our camera is based. Harvinder, the bowler from the pavilion end.
Yes, he's bowled pretty well in patches. And one of the more consistent bowlers. Really has had a problem, Azhar, with the support bowlers for Srinath. Very, very big task ahead for Harvinder Singh.
Could be a leg by, or he might have got some pad onto it, a bat onto it.
Well, a half shout from behind the wickets. Really, I think that was pitched outside leg and going further away. There was just, I think, a hint of trying to make an appeal so the batsman wouldn't run, more than hoping to get him out. Harvinder Singh, 14 wickets. His economy rate pretty good at 5. Still a very young man, only 20, so he's learning the trade. This will be an excellent experience for him.
View of the field placing, 3 on the offside in the circle with the 2 slips. Lovely shot off the back foot, ball coming on to the bat, and it's through the covers. He'll get 2 for it. And he's going for the 3rd. There comes a return. And the Indian fielding a little slow there as they return, so 3 to Pakistan.
Because of Syed Anwar and free to get away to a flyer, it's very, very hard to contain the Pakistan batting lineup.
Single to 3rd man, 12 for no wicket.
Hard to look past anybody else as man of the series, but we shall see this game unfolds.
Should be 2. A ball travelling to the fine leg area, comfortable 2.
I think the targets have to be reassessed here. The field is absolutely lightning. The few days that we've been here, there's been a lot of dew on most mornings. Today there's absolutely none. So the field is going to be lightning. You can add an extra 10 or 20 runs onto your target just to make sure. So even 250 would be a little bit light. You'd have to field 265, maybe even 270 to feel reasonably comfortable.
Another run there, and it's 16 for no wicket. And that's up in the air, but it will be clear of the fielder. Just lands about 2 or 3 yards ahead of Sidhu at 3rd man. They get 2, but that nearly went to hand.
Afridi got out in the previous game, just chipping it to mid-off. Here again, he absolutely launched himself, and you can see Syed Anwar going down the wicket saying, don't be silly, pick the right ball. This is wide. I suppose the saving grace for Afridi is that he had plenty of room to swing the arms. It almost carried to Sidhu.
And that's up in the air, and he's dropped at mid-off. Sangvi, the fielder. So things happening. It's all happening here at the National Stadium, and this is a match of nerves, pressure and tension.
Well, Afridi again trying to hit it on the up. He really tried to go up and over and didn't time it at all, and Sangvi got there. He did well to get there in the end. But when his elbows hit the ground, it just dropped out.
And a little talk to Afridi from Syed Anwar. Obviously it didn't have much of an effect because he launched himself from the very next delivery.
Yes, he really has to work it out. He's a very exciting player and a magnificent striker of the ball. I think he just gets carried away. I think he's been given the role of attacker. You can do that without being silly. see Afridi trying to hit this on the up. In fact, he tried to go up and over. You could see the right hand just scooping underneath the ball, just succeeded in getting it as far as mid-off. Sangvi, I think, thought it was coming straight to him initially, but it hit high on the bat and just dropped short of him. So to dive forward, and in doing so, it just popped out of the hands.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. Could be 6, and it is. Oh, what a lovely shot there. Beautifully timed, 6 all the way.
Well, Harvinder Singh made the mistake. He'd been bowling nice little away swingers. He tried to get that one a little bit straighter, and just straight onto middle and leg, and Afridi, quick as a flash, was able to pick that one up. That is such a strong strike. India will have to be very careful. If this man bats for 10 or 15 overs, really can change a game.
He's got to calm himself now. 24 for no wicket.
Appealing, but more out of excitement than thinking about a result. That was a terrific delivery.
That's a lovely shot, square of the wicket, the ball racing away. It's going to be 4 runs to the point boundary. Beautiful shot.
So the quicker bowlers really have to make sure that the length is right for each an individual player.
That's up in the air, and he's going to be out caught, and he's gone. He played it square, went straight to the fielder, and Afridi is out.
So often happens. It's a couple of boundaries, does get the wheels in motion, but can't carry on with it. Harvinder Singh, nice and full, gave him the opportunity to drive, but it was very wide. And Afridi, foot straight down the wicket, reaching for the bat, just managing to hit it straight to point. Robert Singh, the catcher. Pakistan 30 for 1.
And Amir Sohail, then they've got Ijaz and Inzamam to follow. So I'm sure.
That's glorious stuff from Saeed Anwar. This is what I said, he doesn't need too much of room. Just the slightest bit of width, and he put that away. Surely is a shot of a man in form. Driven straight down the ground, 4 runs. Another Saeed Anwar special.
And what a beautiful shot that one is. Every boundary that he has hit is beautifully executed. And this time he's playing straight down the wicket, beating the bowler. And beautifully played that one.
Lovely shot there, but this man has a lot of potential, I believe. He's just 20 years of age. Nice run up to the crease. It's nicely side on at the point of delivery. He does generate a bit of pace.
Not quite in the form that he's been in previous encounters, getting that left foot out across to off stump and having to play around his pad. Saw the previous delivery, Saeed Anwar waiting for the ball and placing it behind square. Amir getting the foot too far across.
Could be straight down now. No, it's just cleared his head. Ajay Jadeja on the boundary there, started to come in because he thought the ball had been hit straight up in the air, and then all of a sudden he realised that the timing was better than he thought, and the rope was too close.
Yes, again, he'd given him an opportunity the ball before, and this one he didn't miss out. He really has timed that very well. Initially, I think both of us thought it was straight up to Jadeja. He also thought it was straight to him in the end. He timed it so well. And that is a long boundary down there. So a very good hit by Mir Sohail.
Again, that's not a good line, bowling leg stump. He's done it again. Jadeja getting plenty of work this over. Back for 2. Good throw, but not good enough. Well, Harvinder Singh has really got to sort out his line here. He's probably lucky that he's been bowling to Sohail, who's not in quite as good a form.
It's like changing the field, putting in a gully.
Swinging a slash to the keeper. Just enough bat on it to carry it through. Sohail has struggled throughout the series to get the timing right. He just looks out of sorts at the moment. A wide delivery. All he could do was feather it through to the keeper.
Yes, got very, very excited about this one. Saw him plenty of room to try and slog it away on the offside, and that he's tried to do. He really has flayed it. No control over the bat. And Amir Sohail departs 66 for 2.
After 12 overs, Pakistan 66 for 2, having just lost their second wicket to the last ball of the previous over.
A wide delivery from Harvinder Singh. Not a particularly good one. Amir Sohail really going after it. Mongia obviously very happy. You can see how wide it is. Try to hit it on the up. Really hit it far too hard. No control over the shot. Played the penalty.
The real power of the Pakistan batting now. Well, Sohail is a great player. He really is a good player. That's a very, very difficult shot to play. It wasn't a particularly bad ball, but the angle was going towards leg stump. And with a flick of the wrist, one bounce into the boundary. Pretty well set. He needs to bat through the game, through the innings, basically. That'll be 4 runs. If you keep sliding on the leg stump, it's only going to be a matter of time before this man puts you away.
Yes, he really has given him a few practice runs at it. He's got them behind square. He's only given away a single, but on that occasion it's even wider, and he's managed to get it finer. No fine leg, of course. There's 2 men in catching positions, one at short mid wicket, the other at leg slip. You can see this one just drifting away down the leg side. So Anwar, he won't miss too many of those. So again, the difficulty, pretty well placed to bowl it there.
That's a better line, but look at that for a shot and timing.
That's a wonderful shot. Nothing wrong with the delivery. In fact, that's where he should be bowling. Mahmood is a good player too, so there's plenty of batting.
Good running. That puts the pressure straight onto the bowler. Even before he's had time to settle down, just pushed the single, which is pretty poor thinking in the field for India. They really have to keep Saeed Anwar off strike as much as they can.
Yes, and Ijaz, he's worked it out. He knows that Saeed Anwar is in great touch. Give him as much of the strike as you can.
That may have been a chance to the keeper. I think it's come straight off the face of the bat. Robin Singh, frustration building for India. They know that this is the danger man. They want him out.
And not a very good delivery in the end, but it almost brought about the dismissal. Mongia, I think, thought it was coming slower than it was. It's flown onto him a little bit quicker and hit high on the glove here, straight off the face of the bat.
That's his 50. It's 4 runs and it's 50 to Saeed Anwar. A brilliant 50. Delights the crowd, brings them to their feet. And what a wonderful innings that's been.
Well, if you just joined us on Doordarshan, you missed the boundary that brought up the 50 for Saeed Anwar. We'll take another look at it. It's been again a terrific innings by him. 52 balls for his 53.
It's a lovely shot. He'll only get 1 for it, and that's the 100 for Pakistan. 100 for 2 in the 18th over. These are the 2 who've taken Pakistan to the 100.
That's a beautiful shot. Can't get more delicate than that. Just going on to show what a wide array of shots he has, Saeed Anwar. He's played some lovely drives on the offside, some lovely shots of the back foot, and this is deft touch for you.
Then the things would look a lot better for India. That's a very lovely late tap there. Hit the rope. I think it did hit the rope there. But that was a beautiful shot there by Saeed Anwar, who's playing extremely well. Tendulkar, a lot will be dependent on him. He will have to play well. And again, that's a lot from outside the all-stamp on his forearms. He plays that shot very well. Picks his gap, and you can see the way he rolled his wrist over on that one and hit it in the open spaces there. Beautiful player, as you can see, right on top of it, rolling the face of the bat over to keep the ball on the ground and to give it direction. This one, beautifully played.
Oh, that's a good attempt there. Wide delivery from Sachin Tendulkar, varies his pace. Robin Singh, one of the better fielders in the Indian lineup, desperately diving at backward point. I think he may have got a hand on this one. Slower ball, just bouncing toe end of the bat. Did he get his hand to it?
Yes, he certainly got both hands to it, but a good attempt and a very poor shot, I think, by Anwar, a batsman who's been Saeed Anwar been batting there. This was a very, very poor shot to a very wide delivery.
Oh, frustration for Sachin Tendulkar and India. It's a good throw, but he'll be safely home. He's calling for the third umpire for the replay. But by the naked eye, I think Ijaz may have just got there. Good throw from Havinder Singh down there.
You can see here, yes, he's, well in. Well in. I think there was any problem there, as Ijaz was very confident about it. And they're doing it quite effectively.
And that could be four, and it could bring up his 50, and it does. It's the very first four that Ijaz has hit. Been there for quite a long time in time, not so much in balls, but he's played a terrific shot there. Square drive, very strong, square of the wicket, Ijaz. That could be four, it will be. That is a terrific shot. So 7 runs off the over. There's the sweep again, and this will be four.
And pick up the rewards that he had. Ijaz Ahmed there going once again. It would be a close thing. I think that will probably inquire whether Mark has gone over the boundary. And it is a six goalie, but Ijaz picking up under the boundary. And what an over so far for Pakistan.
Robin Singh to try and stem the tide. And that could be 4 more. And there it is. 1500 for Saeed Anwar. And he's played supremely well. Got dropped at 46. But other than that, has played very well for his 100. It's 15th in one-day internationals.
Ijaz put the head straight down. This time he's down the wicket. That'll go for 4. He's picked the gap.
Well, he's seeing the ball obviously like a football now.
And that's a bad ball.
Now this is real problems for the Indians and Mohammad Azharuddin when runs start coming on both sides of the wicket.
This time Saeed Anwar has hit it many, many a mile.
You said it, Greg. That's easily one of the biggest hits of the tournament.
Anwar makes room again. Wonderful batting. 8 runs from the over. 248 for 2.
And he's improvising here quite brilliantly, Saeed Anwar.
Now 200. There it is. He's not limping through for the two. That brings up his 700 for Pakistan in one-day internationals, and a very clever innings.
Well, he is a big match player, and he's responded well here for Pakistan.
Always hurt on the toe. Saeed Anwar will be out here. It's a steepler. It might fall safe. Brilliant. No, he hasn't got it. Khalid Khan making ground from the deep mid-off position. The ball falling in no man's land. Saeed Anwar gets away with it. And they score one run. Very nearly a brilliant catch. Srinath bowls good line and length at this stage of the game. Makes it very hard for the batsman. And another one goes through the hands of the field. Very, very frustrating day at the office for the Indian bowlers. It's under pressure that you judge a fielder. Again, it's in the air. This one will fall safely. Only because it's over the rope.
This is turning out to be another good over for Pakistan.
Wild swing again, and that's another boundary. 18 runs coming from the over. This time it's in the air. Can somebody catch it? Hazard himself is under it, and he's got it. Well, that was a fairly straightforward catch, but nothing is straightforward at the moment for India in the field. And that's the end of a magnificent innings from Saeed Anwar.
Finally, something going India's way. They had to pick out the best fielder in the team this time to take the catch. He made no mistake. Again, Saeed Anwar looking to hammer this over mid-wicket. Didn't quite get hold of it. Went up in the air. And Nazaruddin made no mistake on that occasion. But a fantastic innings from Saeed Anwar comes to an end. He's put his side in a tremendous position here. Pakistan had lost their third wicket. Anwar gone for 140, 296 for 3.
And that's caught. Sidhu, the fielder. Low chance, sharp chance to his right. Sidhu manages to get two hands to it, and the end of another very good innings.
So a superb innings from Ijaz Ahmed comes to an end. He was disappointed after he got out there, hitting it straight to Sidhu, because he could have dealt with this one. He took it on the full. It was the attempted Yorker again from Srinath. Again, not quite getting hold of it. Sidhu making no mistake. It was low, down to his right, and he took it in the end comfortably. But a fine innings from Ijaz, 117 of just 112 balls.
3 hours to get his shoelaces done up. Oh, smashes it back past the bowler, but he's going to be cut off. No! Further problems for the Indian fielders. When you're hot, you're hot. And when you're not, you're not.
I think the Indian fielding, the less said about it here today, the better. Nothing's gone right.
Last ball of the innings, out. So that finishes it for Pakistan on the last ball of the innings. Azharuddin takes another catch, and Pakistan 5 for 314 at the end of their 48 overs. Mahmood, the batsman, Tendulkar, the bowler, tries to smash it away over the leg side and only manages to hit it as far as Mohammad Azharuddin, who takes the comfortable catch, and relief for the Indian bowlers. Mohammad Azharuddin and Tendulkar talking there. They'll have to do a lot of talking this afternoon out in the middle as they bat if India are a chance to win this game. Pakistan batting first. Saeed Anwar 140, Ijaz Ahmed 117, 48 overs, 314 for 5.
Proceedings, he's going round the wicket to Ganguly. And for a very exciting afternoon. India have got nothing to lose. They can't be silly about it. They really have to make sure that they rotate the strike. The quality player there, Sachin Tendulkar, he's the one real key figure in this afternoon's proceedings. And it could be a wide, or is it off the thigh pad? We'll have to wait for the umpire. So India are away. Certainly a very, very good player. Need to be on top form today if India are to win this game. He's whipped this away. He's got it past the man catching. I think it'll just be the one. He's got a job on his hands here. I'm not sure whether that's for above the shoulder or whether it's over the line. I think it's probably over the line and over the shoulder as well, so it was a double no ball. Only get the one extra delivery though.
Yes, it's over the line, and I think that's in retaliation for what Sourav Ganguly did the previous ball, charging down the wicket, and Aqib obviously didn't like it, and he wanted to just show Ganguly that he's still just above medium pace and he can bowl quick bounces, but to no use because not only gave a run away but also an extra delivery to the Indians.
So Tendulkar's away now. That's a boundary. He knows there's plenty of room on the leg side. So after 3 overs, India are at 12 for no wicket. Very good banners around. So with the tree ball googly, we ought to have a banner prize, I think. There's been some very good banners around the ground. So Mahmood to continue around the wicket to Ganguly. And that's a great shot. Narrow away. Mahmood short, and he paid the penalty.
And that was a very good shot. The ball was shot, coming nicely onto the bat, and instead of playing square, Sourav Ganguly played it to deepish long on, and that's a very well struck four, and that's what India needs for them to get back into this game after the Pakistani batsmen have set them a huge target to chase. They need a good start, and these two batsmen are capable of giving that start to India.
Yes, always felt the key was this man Mahmood. He'll get through 5 or 6 overs without giving away too many. Pakistan would be in with a real good chance, but if he doesn't bowl well, they're in trouble. This could be out. Could be 6. Now, I think that's a 6. He's calling for the third umpire. I think we'll find it 6 though. He's pushed it over, I think.
Yes, that's Aqib Javed there. I think he faced when he got the ball, when he saw the ball coming towards him, he came towards the ball and then suddenly found it was too high. And it's just bouncing inside the rope. Although he got a hand to it, a very difficult chance. But that is 4 runs. And Ganguly picking up 8 runs off 2 deliveries, and that one a very hard chance to Aqib Javed. Still 4 runs to India, and the boundaries is what they require.
So 3 boundaries in very short time. India are on their way, and Mahmood under pressure now. That's a good shot, but well stopped, looking for a single. That's a much better length, much fuller, making him drive.
That's a good piece of timing. Bowler put himself tangled up and they'll go all the way. Came back so hard and so fast that Aqib didn't have time to get his man down. He thought about putting his foot down to stop him, but the ball was so fast it went between his legs before he had time to close them.
You can see that is a very important thing about these two players is the timing of the ball, and time that so sweetly that it means that they don't really have to force. All they have to do is to pick the gaps, time the ball like that, and the runs will come without taking any great risks.
Pressure now on the Pakistan bowlers. Falling short on this occasion, but Ganguly unable to get it away, except off the glove. Watching what's happened so far, people like Tendulkar, who normally strokes the ball so well and finds the gap so often, because of the pressure of chasing this big target, just trying to hit the ball a little bit harder, throws the timing and the placement out. He just needs to settle down and look forward to playing a big innings. He can bat for the 48 overs, they'll win. It's a no ball. He won't have got it all the way in the air. Afridi running back can't stop it from going for 4.
Well, he either picked that one up early or he intended to play that shot regardless. But whatever his intentions were, he got away with it. It was short. He picked it up. Whether he heard the no ball early or not, and got it high up on the bat, but got 4 runs there. These two players doesn't really have to chance their hands so much. They're good timers of the ball. There's always the opportunity there to beat the infielders.
This time there's a big gap on the leg side. Very hard for the bowlers when they've only got 3 fielders on one side of the wicket and one of them's a catching position. I really think that captains often try and have a little bit each way when they have a leg slip, because they're really trying to use it as a run-saving position rather than a catching position. But what it means is you finish up with big gaps like this.
Certainly, if you really have a leg slip, it means that the ball at some stage is going to stray down the leg side, and I don't think that that's really a good position, because it's going to be very difficult for the batsman to really get the ball wrong there if you're concentrating on the offside. And now he's moving the man, wisely so, and that was a lovely shot. And as I said earlier on, these batsmen don't really have to force. Once they take full advantage of the loose deliveries.
That's a better shot. All of a sudden he plays a normal cricket shot. His timing and his placement are all there.
That is exactly what we are saying here. If you notice the timing of these players, that was a beautiful shot. Ball in the right slot. No risk there. Opening the face of the bat, giving the ball direction. And he's a player who times the ball so well that if he really gets it and he's there for the full 15 overs, I'm sure that India will be right into this game as they are. They're really playing extremely well. On the other hand, the Pakistan bowlers have really got to tighten up. They can't get too complacent. Big total doesn't mean that the other team can't get it if they're bowled badly.
4 in a row.
Also magnificent cricket there for the crowd. There's no better player when he gets going than this young man. He picks the ball up so early. He sees it so early, and that is the greatest asset. He picks it up, put into position, and he picks the gaps so beautifully, and this time he lifted it up to that wide open space on the leg side.
And of Ganguly. That's definitely the end of the over. 48 without loss. Coca on strike. Hit 4 in a row.
And that was that no ball. Lovely shot there again. Whipping it off the pads and opening the face of the bat and giving that ball down. Again.
That'll be another one. So the boundaries are coming thick and fast. The class of 10 Dorcas showing here. There haven't been too many really bad balls in this lot, but he's finding the gaps. He's worked out the angles, picks them off easily.
Well, this is another delivery down the leg side, and again, he's in beautiful position. Can't afford to stray. Got to be tight. You got to keep the ball on good length. A player like Tanduki doesn't have to be a bad ball. He's such a good player, and that makes a difference between great players and good players. The great player can afford. You can't afford to bowl half good balls. He can turn the good ball into bad balls. And you've seen here, this young man really pink of form.
Plenty of good cricketers there, that list. Again, he's working into the gap, and that'll go away. It's an absolute avalanche of runs here at the moment. The Indian batsman really putting the pressure back on the Pakistan bowlers. Akib has a sore hand from dropping a catch earlier, and that may be causing him some problems as well. But the problems are there for the Pakistan bowlers and the Pakistan captain to somehow stem the flow, and Akib's in trouble.
To spin, so his job would be to try and curb this onslaught by these two batsmen, and so far he has done his job in those 3 deliveries.
Strikes me as having a very good temperament, Shade Afridi. Been thrown into the deep end here, but he tends to cope pretty well. A very talented cricketer. Well, that's a wide. Can't afford too many of those. He'd really pulled this charge by India back, but letting them get away with wides and the odd no ball is not going to help the cause. Another boundary there, so it's another good over for India. 13 runs coming from it. Combination of Akib and Afridi. 61 without loss. Tendulkar. And to face him now, Saqlain. Generally does bowl in the first 15 overs, so he's used to this. Change of pace, change of direction, change of style. No change to the result though, that's over the boundary. Up and over.
Wow. What can you say about this man? It's very difficult to keep him quiet. Saqlain Mushtaq brought on one of the best off spinners in the world today, and immediately touching is down the wicket, picking him up and continuing from where he left off in the very first game, and lifting the ball over mid-on into the boundary. 6 runs. The mood that the Indian batsmen are in, they're really a wonderful reply to this mammoth score by Pakistan.
That brings up the 1,000 runs for Tendulkar versus Pakistan in one-day internationals. He joins the list. About half a dozen players who've done it in matches between India and Pakistan. He's the second Indian player, Azharuddin the other one, of course. Tendulkar deciding to be positive and aggressive to the bowling of Saqlain.
India's got such a good start. There's still a long way to go. Can't afford to relax. Can't afford to take too many chances. They lose a couple of quick wickets, it can put Pakistan again right on top. So the pressure's on both teams at this one.
Down the wicket he goes again. It's high in the air. It's a steepling chance to mid-off. And he's gone. And that's the breakthrough that Pakistan needed. Some cool bowling from Afridi. He's come in a very pressurised situation. And really, I think Sachin Tendulkar has stretched his luck a little bit too far. He took the risk. And unfortunately for him and for India, I think that's a huge blow to their chances.
Certainly with his thinking. I think that's a very good shot at this stage. He wasn't to the pitch of it, but again he was looking to launch it over the extra cover and only got it high up on the bat, and it's a lovely catch there. And that's the breakthrough that India needed, that Pakistan needed to get rid of this man.
That's up and over. It's a poor ball.
Well, that's a good shot, a little bit risky, but got hold of it. Can't afford to get bugged down. The chasing runs here. See it opening the face of the bat and lifting it over the covers head. A little bit short and in position. Got to take your chances. Chasing a big total, you can't afford to get bugged down too early, particularly with all the fielders in.
You're looking for 2 here again. Robin Singh is very quick. Can Ganguly get back? Inzamam quick enough to stop them.
Probably one of the fastest times you've seen Inzamam move in the field. He's not a very fast mover, but certainly moved quick to that one and cut off any chance of a second run. Robin Singh was certainly looking for 2 runs there. The total is going along quite happily here.
Robin Singh hasn't had a great deal of batting in the series. That's the other problem. Pretty good over from Saqlain. 7 runs coming from that, 84 for 1. Ganguly's gone right over the top again. One bounce into the boundary. So the runs are still flowing for this graceful left-hander. We'll have a change in the commentary position to take us through the next period. Barry Richards and Iftikhar Ahmed.
Thank you, Greg. Yes, what a wonderful shot. This game is very much on. India have nothing to lose now but to go for the runs, and the run chase on in a right royal fashion. Tendulkar gone. As you see, India ahead a little at this stage. It's been a wonderful start. The onslaught by Tendulkar has got them to this position of 88 for one, and now Ganguly taking over.
Yes, they've sent Robin Singh in. He got a very good 100 in Colombo. Striker of the ball. Trying to utilise that next 4 overs.
Down the wicket he comes. Oh, what a glorious shot. Could be a 6. No, first bounce over the boundary line. What a lovely shot. Beautiful use of the feet. And it was 4 all the way. Nearly looked to 6.
Yes, Ganguly's taken over where Tendulkar finished. And he's drop-kicked that one beautifully. It's only just lobbed short, 1 bouncing over. So he's going to take them on. It could be in for a great afternoon.
It's wide. It's 1 ball extra. This game by no means over in spite of the big Pakistan score. Single into the covers. Azharuddin, the Indian captain, with his pads on, he's promoted Singh in front of him, the manager of the Indian team with him. Tense moments. That'll be 11 runs off the over, and it's 95 for 1.
Playing, throwing that right up, and Ganguly allowing for a little bit of turn because he did flight the ball and it went straight on.
That could be 4. Tucked away, and over the boundary line it goes, down the leg side. And the 100 coming up for India in just 11.1 overs. What a magnificent fight back.
Even Saqlain is feeling the pressure here, trying to push it through, but just from round the wicket, must go down the leg side. He's got a lot of protection on the offside, and he's just erred down the leg side, and Ganguly, he's not one to miss those. So 100 up in 11 overs really have put the pressure back on the Pakistan bowlers. Very good play by Robin Singh. He took 2 off the first ball, put the fielders under a lot of pressure. He was off from the very beginning. Very quick first run. And now he's pushing the single, so he's doing all the right things. Ganguly's a man in form. He's hitting the boundaries.
That's a 6. No question about it. Over the top and almost into the stands. What a magnificent shot. 6 all the way.
Yes, this is a beautiful shot. Down the wicket. He's picked it up and absolutely smote it over mid-on. That is a very big 6. Another 50 for Ganguly. He's 14th. He's in prime touches. 42 balls, 8 fours and 1 6. 38 in boundaries, so he's going along beautifully. Robin Singh's doing his job at the other end. We've got a real game on our hands here.
Which is rare today in the Indian innings. 5.76 the target.
I think you're right though, Ifty. 25 overs is something we've got to keep an eye on. after this over, the fielding restrictions fall away.
It's a fine shot by Singh, and it's going to be 4 runs. Ijaz will not be able to cut it off. And the runs flowing and the boundaries flowing.
Very good shot from Robin Singh. He's been playing the support role, but here you just see him opening the face a bit, getting it wide of mid-off, and Ijaz put in a big effort, but really couldn't get there. So another handy 4 runs. India just fairly rocketing along.
Absolutely brilliant batting by India. Very good start. Ganguly and Tendulkar, and then Robin Singh and Ganguly. And that could be another ball. Misfielding, and it's going to roll over the line, and it does. 4 more.
That's a big statistic. Boundaries were coming to all corners of the ground early on when Tendulkar and Ganguly were in full flow. And he got out at a time when he was looking extremely dangerous, Sachin Tendulkar. Terrific form. That's beautifully timed by Ganguly.
Yes, he just leaned on that one, really times the ball well. It's a bad delivery, a half volley, not outside the off stump. Certainly got everything right then. Just leaned on it, the block drive, finding the gap. The man at the deep long off position had no chance with it. Lovely flowing shot. That's what he's capable of, batting very sensibly. Once they pick their singles up, the loose ones will come along, and when they do come along, they have to make good use of it, like how Ganguly made of that one.
That's why
Themselves, they really haven't played with any sort of urgency to chase that 212. So they feel that it could go much longer than that. Really 80 or 78. He's done really well.
It's a good hit, straight down his throat. He's dropped those gone for 6. Well, we've seen some very ordinary fielding today. But then we'll get in the grand final. Yusuf on the boundary. Straightforward catch. He's given it the soccer goalkeeper straight over the boundary.
Yes, there really has been some very, very poor fielding. Here we have another one. That's a straightforward chance, very lackadaisical, and he's just pushed it over the boundary for 6.
Misunderstanding, but no drama. Well, it's fairly dull out there for the batsman. It's also fairly dull for the fieldsman. That white ball does get a bit difficult to see, but really you can't find much excuse for a fieldsman on that occasion. 8 runs from the over. 179 for. Have given plenty of opportunities to the opposition with drop catches and misfields, misstumpings. It'll be hard to work out who gave most away. Oh, dropped another one. Sharp chance. Ijaz Ahmed, one of the better fielders in the Pakistan side, but he can't hang on to it. I think we've got to say that this ball, as it gets older, is hard to see for everybody.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more, and that's a difficult one. Awkward height. But when you look at this level of competition, they really should be taken.
That's over.
Very innovative, just scooping it away. And the people are caught behind. 210 for 1.
his body language says he doesn't. He's shaking his head there. Rashid Latif thought that Ganguly had nicked it.
That's That's a lovely shot. It's going to be 4 runs. Finally a boundary coming, and what a lovely shot by Robin.
Yes, one of the rare loose deliveries from Mohammad Hussain, trying to bowl a fuller length, but in fact it was a little too full. Robin Singh quick to pounce on that full toss and hammer it into the gap on the onside. It's a welcome boundary for the Indians. Required run rate is over 6.5 runs per over. With 9 wickets in hand, India shouldn't allow that to creep up.
Let's carry on, Captain. Easy.
Akif Javed has gone off the field. It's possibly getting an injection, a pain-killing injection. But immediate interest is on Ganguly's 100. He's on 99. And that's it. The single gives him the 100. He's very popular out here. Waves to his fans and supporters, looks up to the heavens to thank.
Well, it's been a splendid 100 by Saurav Ganguly. It's been a very, very well-controlled innings. Kept his head even after Tendulkar was dismissed. And as we normally see with his innings, his timing has been excellent. Shots all around the wicket and 100 in pretty good time. Favourites to win the game, especially the Indians at this stage, but one must remember the light factor is important here. Rashid Latif, he's had problems behind the stumps. He's not been at his best here today. A couple of stumping chances have gone a-begging. Even his collection hasn't been clean at all times. But one must say on that occasion there was a deflection of the thigh.
That's a 6, or yes it is. Beautiful shot over mid-wicket.
Well, that's a decisive blow by Robin Singh, and again tilts the balance in India's favour. That is a very, very important shot. Where this match is going on at the moment should ease the pressure on the Indian batsman. This is a big hit. Didn't step out but timed it well.
It's another big hit, and it's going to be 4 to the mid-wicket fence. And this over has swung it back India's way decisively. 239 for 1. Ganguly facing. Freedy, there comes the return, it could be close. And the third umpire could be called into question here. That could be close.
Well, my first reaction from here is that Ganguly might well have made his ground, but you never know. I think his body language suggests that he's comfortably home. Rashid Latif had to bend forward and in front of the stumps to collect the ball. That gives the batsman just that extra time to come back comfortably into his crease. So the third umpire there taking very little time to get the green light going. 2 more runs to Ganguly. So 3 runs have come of the first 2 balls.
The third umpire and the match referee. Wonderful finish to this Independence Coca-Cola Cup. Couldn't have asked for a better match, more entertaining one, a better possible finish.
So that's what India need. They've got 9 wickets in hand, so they don't need to panic. This target is definitely achievable. This time Robin Singh is gone. He's chanced his arm once too often against Mohammad Hussain. And a good catch in the deep by Aqib Javed. He has an injured finger, but he made no mistake with that one. So suddenly Pakistan come back into this game with this wicket of Robin Singh. That's the only way they could have come back, picking up wickets and putting the brakes on the scoring.
That's the hit. It's well hit, but straight to Aqib in the deep. And Aqib this time making no mistake, and finally Pakistan do take a catch and a wicket. Robin Singh, fine innings of 82.
.250 for 2, still a lot of batting to come. This could be a run out if he picks up and throws. Azharuddin has time to come back. I think he's made his ground here. But had Amir Sohail picked up the ball on the first shot, might have been trouble. Azhar thinks he's back. And last thing India want at this stage is a run out. Had Amir Sohail picked the ball in the first attempt, then there would have been big trouble. This gives time for Azharuddin to come closer to the crease, and he makes his ground. So no problem at all.
Decision greeted with great enthusiasm and applause. That would have been a disaster for India had he gone. Everyone's got to keep his nerves now. It's in the mind. Ball spinning and beating him.
Partnership which they did. And that was 4 runs. You've got a thick edge outside, and that's a boundary which India definitely needed badly. And Saurav Ganguly throwing the bat on everything, and Saurav Ganguly there throwing his bat and picking up 4 runs. Magnificent reply by the Indians, and what a terrific game we are having.
Mike Diness is a very capable man, massive but not quite that capable.
Yes, and I think the proceedings in the middle are handled by the 2 umpires, and they have been given this light meet here. But one feels that and this time Aqib Javed failing to prevent the ball going over the boundary line, and a welcome relief for the Indian supporters who were desperately waiting for this boundary to come, and Saurav Ganguly this time beating a diving Aqib Javed, and 4 more runs coming to the Indian team. And Rashid Latif obviously having a chat with the umpire, and I'm sure they're as much concerned about not being able to see the ball as the Indian batsmen are. But once they have decided, I suppose they just have to go through the number of overs that they have decided. That's 48.
Well, it's not easy for anyone out there, and I think the players are just going to have to make the most of it. Again, Ganguly looking for the big hit. They needed a few boundaries. It's a good over though, 9 runs coming from it. 267 for 2. Din's going to go for the big hit. I think Azhar's really going to have to play as well as he can, working the ball around into the gaps, getting the 1s and 2s, try and force the bowlers into making mistakes.
Yes, I think that one of these 2 has to stay till the end if India is to win. But I'm sure Rashid Latif has different plans. And with light as is now, one can see the shadows of the fielders and the batsmen. And virtually it's a floodlit match. It day match which is being played under floodlights.
Full toss, he's gone. Hit it straight to mid-wicket. So the waist tie pulled off. Has done the trick for Cyclone. Azruddin trying to work the ball into the gap. Surprised by the toss. That's a big blow for India.
Yes, that's what actually I think was going on when they brought on Cyclone Mushtaq, and a full toss could bring it straight to Amir Sohail, and India losing its third wicket for 268. To finish his spell in the innings. So far doing a good job.
Well, it's just over one run of ball required. Nobody's leaving the ground. He's out, bowled in. Down the wicket he goes, like a jacket. Gets past the outside edge of the bat, and it hits the top and middle stump. That's a very important wicket for Pakistan.
And that's one wicket they really wanted, because Saurav Ganguly was the man in form. And look at the jubilation on all the Pakistanis there. Delighted with that wicket. And not only the players in the middle are delighted, so are the supporters. And India losing their fourth wicket, an important one. 274 for 4. 274 for 4.
Sidhu, the new batsman, and that's a good start for him. Well, it appeared to be a bit of a blow losing Ganguly, but in hindsight it may be seen as the best thing that happened. He was struggling with an injury, cramp or an injury. There was a runner out there. There was confusion all round. Sidhu's come out there even in the gloom. At least he's fit and healthy. He can do his own running. And that 4 is very important in working that equation down. They need a couple more. It's a good start for Sidhu. 8 runs coming from the over. 28 singles. 2 fours. The game is India's. Any dot ball will be a real bonus for Pakistan. So the pressure is mounting, particularly on the Indian batsmen. They can't afford to make any mistakes. That'll be a leg by. Maybe an overthrow. It's hit the batsman. Well, it just shows to go, doesn't it? Often the batsman won't run when that happens. But in this sort of climate, you'll take whatever you can get.
Well, it wasn't intentional to start with, and I'm sure that nobody should blame the batsman for going for that second run. But as I said, Greg, normally they don't go for runs when it hits the batsman. But certainly...
He's given it up. Oh dear. A loud appeal. Sidhu has been given out LBW. And the tension and the drama mounts here at the National Stadium.
And once again, what a big wicket for Pakistan. Cyclone Mushtaq giving the responsibility by Rashid in his first over. This one, Sidhu playing for the stump and being hit by the ball that floats out, hitting it on his back leg, and umpire Russell Tiffin giving him out. India losing the 5th wicket for 281.
A run of everything. A couple of boundaries if they can get them. 296 for 5. 19 from 15. He's bowled in, making room to cut it fine, and Cyclone has taken another wicket. And with each wicket, India's task becomes harder.
And once again, Cyclone getting the wicket of Jadeja, a very important wicket. And since he came on to bowl, every over he has not only contained the batsman but also picked up important wickets. He got the wicket of Azharuddin, and then he got the wicket of Sidhu, and now it's Jadeja still. The ball turning this time, coming into the batsman, hitting the middle stump, and that's the delight of Saklan Mushtaq for getting that important wicket for Pakistan. India losing its sixth wicket for 296. Tension can be seen on all the faces, but what a great game of cricket we have seen so far.
Mongia. Won't get a run, looking for a leg by. Heel for LBW. The ball going straight on. 6 runs from the over so far. Bringing the field up just a little bit. Mongia, not a renowned big hitter. Gets it into the gap. They won't be able to get to. They'll be looking, but no, they don't go. Smashes it through the covers. It's hit well. 34. What a start for Mongia. Well, we thought the boundaries might be hard to come by, but he started off with a slashing cover drive. Maybe, just maybe, he guessed right.
That's exactly what India needed. First ball of Aqib Javed, and those 4 runs bring the 300 up for India. And man Mongia is the man who's providing what looks like a very difficult task for India. Just 14 now of 11, and that's much more. Sachin Tendulkar there. And it's
Missed it. They're running anyway. Is he hit the stumps? Yes, he has. He's gone for the third upright. Let's show the replay. Well, the drama is getting greater and greater with every ball here. Neither team deserves to lose the game. It's been a wonderful cricket game. A wonderful performance by both teams under very, very difficult conditions. Mongi has gone for the run. The direct hits. He's gone.
With Srinath coming in next to order the 9 runs of the last over, and if India, should they get these runs,
The other option, of course, is a tie. 9 runs required. A couple of singles and a couple of boundaries will do it for India. 2 or 3 good balls from Saklan that they can't score from should just about wrap it up. Here he goes. Back he goes into the outfield. Feels one in the gloom down there. Mahmood, good throw back, so just the 1 run, 8 required from. No account will be taken of the number of wickets that fall if the match is tied. Srinath goes the big hit. He's got a thick outside edge. It won't go to the boundary. They should come back for 2. The game is still alive. The players are on their toes. Saklan bowling to Srinath. 6 runs required, 4 balls left. Again he goes, it's in the air. Who will find it? The bowler wants it. The full safe. It is in the ground. 2 more runs. It was in no man's land. Saklan knew that he was in trouble. He knew the fielders were in the deep. Sahal was coming from mid-wicket. Afridi was coming from mid-on. The bowler thought he'd better have a go, and it fell safe.
this sort of luck you need, and luck going India's way, and they certainly deserve this luck. They have played magnificently, and this game really nobody would like to see either side losing, but one side has to lose. But the way Indians have played, they certainly deserve to win.
4 runs required. They'll go for 1. It throws at the bowler's end. It's taken, so it's 3 runs from 2. Arun and the Pakistan team and support staff watching with intent. Nobody deserves to lose the game. It's been a fantastic game of cricket. One team will probably be disappointed. 312 for 7, 3 from 2 balls. Saklan to Kanetkar. He's hit it. It's a big hit. It's a 4. They've won it. It's a world record for India chasing in a one-day game. What a magnificent performance. Really, the Pakistanis will be disappointed. We have seen a great game of cricket. drivers in the dark. The ball has had to be changed 3 times. The fielders couldn't see it, the batsmen couldn't see it, the umpires couldn't see it, the cameraman couldn't see it. And yet India have done it. Ganguly probably in the running, definitely in the running for man of the match, along with Saeed Anwar. They're both in the running for the most valuable player. It's all faded into insignificance. India has won a great game of cricket to win the 3rd final in the Coca-Cola Independence Cup. Srinath didn't have much joy with the ball, but he's had some joy with the bat. Sidhu, all the Indian team will be overjoyed with this victory. Against the odds, they've done it, chasing the highest score ever needed to win in the dark. It's a toss-up between Ganguly and Saeed Anwar. That was it, the winning run from Kanatkar's bat for some big hitting, some wonderful stroke play. He's won the World Most Valuable Player of the match. So he's had a big series where Ravi Shastri is down there for the presentation.
Well, thank you, Greg. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had in the presentation party today, we have Sheikh Hasina, the Honorable Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Mr. Obadel Kader, the State Minister for Youth and Sports, Mr. Sabir Hussain Chowdhury, the President BCB, Chairman Organizing Committee for this tournament, and also the Deputy Minister of Shipping. We have Ms. Dhamendra Dias, Director Coca-Cola India, Mr. Vijay Mallya, Chairman Kingfisher, and Mr. G.M. Naushir, former vice captain of the Bangladesh cricket team. He'll be the adjudicator for the man of the match. First of all, I'd like to ask Rashid Latif to come up and collect his check of $5,000 from Ms. Dhamendra Dias of Coca-Cola. Well, Rashid, tough luck today, but full marks to the Indian team for the way they chased that target.
Yeah, I speak our language here. पाकिस्तान टीम काफ़ी अच्छा खेली, अंडर प्रेशर होके मतलब हम 1 डाउन थे फाइनल में, उसके बाद हम एक सेकंड फाइनल जीते, उसके बाद थर्ड फाइनल में 315 रन किए जो काफ़ी मुश्किल टारगेट था. शुरू में थोड़ी बॉल हमने सही नहीं किए और सचिन और गंगोली काफ़ी अच्छा खेले. एक वक्त ऐसा नज़र आ रहा था कि इंडियन टीम आराम से मैच जीत जाएगी, लेकिन हमारे लड़कों ने काफ़ी फाइटिंग की और मैच को अपने हक में लेके आ गए थे. आखिरी में 2-3 इंडियन प्लेयर काफ़ी अच्छा खेल गए जिसकी वजह से वो जीत गए.
लेकिन जब 314 रन बनाए आप ऐसा तो सोचा होगा कि आप जीतेंगे?
नहीं, ऐसा तो नहीं सोचा था. क्रिकेट है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. इंडियन बैटिंग लाइन काफ़ी स्ट्रांग थी, 7-8 नंबर तक अच्छे वनडे के प्लेयर हैं, तो इजी नहीं लिया. फिर बीच में हम लोग ने काफ़ी फाइट की तकरीबन 30 ओवर्स के बाद.
लेकिन फॉर द फील्डिंग साइड लाइट का कितना फर्क पड़ा बाद में?
बीच में लाइट का काफ़ी फर्क पड़ गया था. बॉल पुराना जब हो गया था उसमें बॉल का काफ़ी फर्क आ गया था, लेकिन जब दूसरा बॉल चेंज किया तो थोड़ा सही नज़र आ रहा था.
Well, bad luck, Rashid. Better luck next time. Well, Rashid Latif there, the captain of the Pakistan team. Now the man of the match award, G.M. Naushir is the adjudicator for that. There's also an epic performance today. Good start again.
Yeah, I thought initially we didn't do a good job by giving them 314 runs. but we batted very sensibly, and Saurav batted very well. He scored a magnificent 100, which I thought was it came at the right time, which was nicely supported by Robin too.
But you would be happy with your personal form in this tournament, back in the opener slot?
Yeah, it wasn't bad though. I thought I batted well. I batted very freely and played my natural game that I've always done in my life. I believe so. I should be batting the same way.
It's a terrific performance by the Indian team here today to lift this trophy against all odds. It required a world record to be broken in chasing the highest score.